This is verse 9 of the 9th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. All three of the synoptics tie the call of Matthew to the preceding story in which a paralytic was forgiven of his sins and then commanded to take up his bed and walk. And so Matthew, of course, following the same form, leads us to this story. So we have Kai, the connective, paragon. This is a present participle, active participle, masculine singular nominative, referring to Jesus, the subject. This is present, so it indicates as he was going. Parago means to go away, to pass on, to leave the situation, a variety of senses, but as he was going away or passing away from this situation, the subject, Ho Jesus, as Jesus was leaving. Kathen, this is an indeclinable adverb. It means from that location, from whence or thence is the idea. Then Aden, from Ado, I see. This is the third person singular, aorist active indicative. He saw. So Jesus saw anthropon, a man. In the accusative here, direct object of the verb, a man, and then along with this word man, modifying it as a present participle, sitting, kathemenon, from kathemai, which means to sit. So he is sitting there, a man sitting. Epi, preposition, takes the accusative here. To telonion. This is the word that's connected with tax collecting. It's a tax collector's office or booth, something like that, in which various tariffs and fees would be paid for purposes of granting free access of various goods, that kind of thing. So here is this character sitting here, a man sitting at the tax collection booth, and then Mathion. Matthew is the proper name, legomenon, from lego I say, so it's the passive present participle being said or being called Matthew. Of course, the traditional author of this gospel that we're reading. So there was a man sitting collecting taxes named Matthew. Kai, the connective, lege. He says, back to the subject of the sentence, Jesus, third person singular, present active indicative. He says auto, indirect object, dative, masculine singular, to him, akoluthe, from akolutheo, it means I follow. This is the third person singular, present active indicative. So follow, it's given here as a command. The imperative takes the dative, so follow me, famous formula, of course, used by Jesus, summoning the disciples to follow him. And Kai, the connective, anastas. This is from anistemi. It means to rise up. It can actually mean to, in terms of resurrection. Anastasia, the name, comes from this as well. So he rose up. A little bit of a subtlety here that it might be rising up to a new life. Something like that could be implied subtly, and it wouldn't want to push that too far. But and having been raised up, this aorist participle, akoluthasen. Same word as was used earlier. Here Jesus said akoluthe, and now in obedience to it. This is the third person singular aorist active indicative. He followed auto, him, again, the dative. So this is the call of Matthew, of course. There's no indication if Matthew just flat walked away from his office. Did he leave it in the administrative care of someone else? Was it the end of the day? And so on. We don't know any of that. The strong impression is simply that the command of Jesus at this point was sufficiently weighty that no other considerations were necessary, and Matthew immediately abandons the profession that he'd been pursuing up till that point to follow Jesus.